Dear friend, have you ever felt like you were lost in a toxic land where harsh words and ugly actions are always lurking? Those toxic people can be anyone, from strangers to relatives, friends, even your lover. They are like vampires, always trying to drain your energy, making you feel exhausted, helpless and self-doubting. But don't worry, in this video I will help you escape that toxic land and equip you with powerful weapons to confront those vampires. To better understand toxicity in relationships, I want to share a story with you for us to reflect on. In a quiet tea house in the heart of Tokyo, a Zen master was enjoying a cup of tea when he was suddenly interrupted by an aggressive samurai. This samurai was famous for his hot temper and rudeness. He hurled insults, criticizing the Zen master for his reclusive lifestyle, avoiding the world. But the Zen master remained calm, his face unmoved. He slowly poured a cup of tea and offered it to the samurai. "Please have some tea." The samurai swatted the cup away, hot water splashing all over the tatami mat. He continued to curse, even drawing his sword to threaten. But the Zen master remained unfazed, his eyes radiating compassion and peace. Finally, the samurai grew tired and confused by the Zen master's calmness. He sheathed his sword, crouched down, and asked, "Why aren't you angry? Why aren't you afraid?" The Zen master smiled and softly said, "If I give you a gift but you refuse to accept it, then to whom does that gift belong?" The samurai was stunned, then replied, "It still belongs to you." The Zen master nodded. "It's the same with your insults. I don't accept them, so they still belong to you. Your anger, your hatred, they are all yours, not mine." The samurai was enlightened. He realized that he was the one burdened with those negative emotions. He bowed his head to apologize to the Zen master and left with a more peaceful soul. This story shows that when faced with toxic people, the best way is to not react. Stay calm, be silent, and don't let those negative words affect you. Like water off a duck's back, all insults and criticisms will slip away when you don't accept them. Learn to stoicize your mind, train your steel spirit to become stronger and more resilient. Always remember that you deserve healthy relationships where you are loved, respected, and cherished. And to continue the journey of deciphering love and happiness, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I will continue to share with you useful psychological tips so you can confidently conquer love and build healthy relationships. Number 1. Observe and recognize. First, learn to ignore those energy vampires. You have regained control of your own life. But to truly escape the toxic land, you need to see through their nature, identify them under the perfect mask. Like Sherlock Holmes with his judgment, you need to observe and recognize the signs of toxic behavior. They hide in sweet words, carrying actions, but poison your mind with negative arrows. Be careful with the following tricks. Constant criticism. They always find faults in you, even the smallest ones. You feel like you are never good enough in their eyes. Why are you dressed like that? Are you late for work again? Don't you know how to talk to your elders? Those criticisms are like small knives, gradually shredding your confidence. Manipulation. They cleverly control you with subtle tricks. They make you feel guilty, insecure, or afraid so that you have to do what they want. If you really love me, you will. You don't want to make me sad, do you? You will regret it. Those words are like invisible strings, tying you to their puppet. Blaming. They always find a way to blame you for everything, even if they are the ones who are wrong. You are always the culprit, the source of all troubles. It's your fault that I said that. If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have to. It's all your fault. Those accusations are like buckets of cold water, extinguishing your faith and self-esteem. Backstabbing. They often badmouth you behind your back, spreading false rumors about you. They want to degrade you, make you isolated, and lose the trust of others. Negativity. They always look at things in a negative light. They complain, grumble, and spread negative emotions to those around them. You feel tired, depressed, and drained of energy when you are around them. Focus on observing these signs. Don't be fooled by perfect appearances or honeyed words. Identify these vampires and equip yourself with weapons to deal with them. Number 2. Become uninteresting. By observing and recognizing the tricks of toxic people, you can dodge them divinely. But to truly neutralize them, you need to become a solid wall, an unshakable rock. And the secret is, become uninteresting. Silence is the worst curse. That's how toxic people punish you when you don't play by their rules. They want to provoke, annoy, and pick at your emotions. But when you ignore them, when you no longer react, they will be like snakes without venom, harmless and boring. Imagine you are a cold, indifferent rock in the face of their intense emotional waves. You don't care, you don't react, and you don't take the bait with any lures. You are simply uninteresting. For example, when they deliberately try to annoy you with insults, instead of getting mad or arguing back, smile and say, "I understand." Or when they try to pry into your personal information, politely decline and say, "I don't want to talk about that." Your indifference will drive them crazy. They will feel abandoned, disrespected, and will eventually withdraw themselves. As Dale Carnegie once said, the best way to win an argument is to avoid it. Always remember that you don't owe them an explanation, nor do you need to prove anything to them. You have the right to refuse to participate in their game, and you have the right to protect your own peace. And when you have become an uninteresting person, you will no longer be a target for toxic people. You will be free to live your life without being affected by negative emotions or psychological manipulation. Number 3. Building the fortress wall. Knowing how to ignore provocations, you have become invisible to energy vampires. But to be truly invulnerable, you need to build a solid fortress wall to protect your territory. And the bricks that make up that wall are clear boundaries. As Benjamin Franklin once said, those who do not know how to protect their boundaries will soon be violated. In any relationship, boundaries are extremely important. They help you protect yourself, maintain respect, and build a healthy relationship. Clearly define what you accept and don't accept. These can be behaviors, words, or attitudes that make you feel uncomfortable, disrespected, or hurt. For example, you do not accept being yelled at in public, being looked down upon, or being touched on private matters. Draw those boundaries clearly and firmly defend them. Don't be afraid to say no when someone tries to cross the line. Initially, they may react, even attack you, but when you stand firm with your stance, they will gradually respect and adapt. Human psychology is strange. We often look down on people who are easygoing, have no opinion. On the contrary, we respect and avoid those who know how to protect themselves, who know how to set clear limits. So confidently build your own fortress wall. It is not a barrier separating you from the world, but a shield protecting you, helping you build healthy relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Number 4. Recognize and avoid dramatic traps. Building a solid fortress wall with clear boundaries, you are ready to confront the cunning foxes. But don't forget, they are masters of psychological manipulation, always setting subtle traps to extract your emotions and energy. To escape these traps, you need to understand their psychology. Toxic people often have deep fears and insecurities inside. They hide those wounds with a shell of fake confidence, control, and manipulation. They crave attention, crave the energy of others to fill the void in their souls. And drama, emotion is the bait they throw out. They set traps with compelling dramas, emotional storms to pull you into their quagmire. They know how to push your buttons, making you react with anger, sadness, or even guilt. Be wary of the following traps. The victim, they often play the victim, making you feel guilty and wanting to make it up to them. What did I do wrong? Why is everyone treating me like this? I'm really lonely, remember. You are not obligated to heal anyone. The savior. They create emergencies, so you have to help them. I don't know what to do anymore. Only you can help me. I really need you right now. Be careful not to be taken advantage of. The aggressor, they provoke you with toxic words and evil actions. You are so stupid. I can't believe you did that. You are worthless. Ignore those insults and stay calm. The fearmonger, they threaten you with terrible consequences if you don't do what they want. If you don't do this, I will. You will pay dearly. I will never forgive you. Remember that you have the right to say no and protect yourself. Always be alert and recognize these traps. Don't let yourself get caught up in their drama. Don't let emotions control reason. Always remember that you are in control of your life. You have the right to say no, and you deserve healthy relationships. Number 5. Stand your ground. By recognizing and avoiding subtle traps, you have made a spectacular escape from the psychological maze of toxic people. But don't be complacent. They won't easily let go of their prey. Now is the time for you to fight back, to battle to protect your territory. And the most powerful weapon is, stand your ground. Toxic people often cling like leeches, constantly torturing you with unreasonable demands, sweet persuasion to make you waver and give in. But remember, you have the right to say no, you have the right to refuse, and you have the right to defend your own point of view. Imagine you are a resilient Spartan warrior, steadfast in the face of all attacking arrows. Whether they speak nicely or threaten, you remain proud and unyielding. You know what you want, you know what is right, and you will never surrender. When they try to persuade you to do things you don't want to do, calmly repeat your point. I don't agree, I can't do that, I need time to think. Say it clearly, firmly, and without emotion. Don't be afraid to be seen as stubborn or inflexible. In this case, stubbornness is the weapon that protects you from manipulation. It shows them that you are a person with opinions, who knows how to protect themselves and is not easily swayed. And when you persist with your point of view, they will realize that they cannot bend you. They will get discouraged and give up trying to manipulate you. And then you have won the battle to protect yourself. Number 6. Prioritize self-care. By standing your ground, you have built a solid shield against the arrows of manipulation. But to be truly invincible, you need to take care of the warrior within you. Remember, prioritizing self-care is the most important strategy in the fight against toxic people. They are like vampires, always trying to drain your energy. If you don't know how to protect yourself, you will easily become their victim. Always remember that your mental and physical health is the most important weapon to fight and win. Start by taking care of your mental health. Find quiet moments to recharge, to heal wounds and regain balance. Meditation, yoga, journaling, or simply spending time on personal hobbies are all great ways to nourish the soul. Don't neglect your physical health. A healthy body will be a solid foundation for a clear mind and a resilient heart. Exercise regularly, eat healthy, and get enough sleep. When you know how to take care of yourself, you are strengthening your resistance, helping you fight against toxic viruses in life. And when you are a healthy and energetic warrior, you will confidently fight and win in every battle. Number 7. Limit contact. Taking care of yourself means you've recharged your inner warrior. Now it's time to conserve energy by limiting contact with sources of negative energy. As Seneca once advised, avoid those who rush to pour out their hearts to you upon first meeting. Toxic people are like black holes that constantly drain your energy, time, and joy. The closer you are to them, the more tired, depressed, and negative you feel. Therefore, reduce the time you spend with them tactfully and decisively. Limit meeting time. If you can't completely cut them off, limit the time you spend with them. Find an excuse to end the conversation early or politely decline invitations to meet. Avoid negative conversations when they start complaining, whining, or gossiping about others. Gently change the subject or withdraw from the conversation. Focus on healthy relationships. Spend time with good friends, loved ones, and those who bring you joy and support. Limiting contact doesn't mean you're selfish or inconsiderate. It's how you protect yourself and save energy for better things in life. And when you escape the negative vortex of toxic people, you'll find your life lighter and happier. Number 8. Accept that you can't fix others. By limiting contact, you've cut off the negative energy supply to these vampires. But don't forget, the battle isn't over yet. They can still haunt you with other subtle tricks. And to truly free yourself, you need to accept a harsh truth. You can't fix others. That's right, no matter how much you love, care, or try to change them, they are still who they are. You can't force them to be the person you want them to be, nor can you save them from their own mire. As Epictetus once said, people are not disturbed by things but by the view they take of them. Instead of trying to change others, focus on controlling yourself and your reactions. You can't stop them from attacking, but you can defend and protect yourself. Remember, you have the right to choose how you react to every situation. When they throw stones at you, you can choose to dodge or take the hit. You can choose to fight back or remain silent. And most importantly, you can choose to protect your peace by not caring. Accepting that you can't change others is an important step in freeing yourself from toxic relationships. It helps you find freedom and peace of mind. Number 9. Build a support system. Accepting that we cannot save others, you have unloaded a burden. Now is the time to revive and recharge yourself. And a great tonic is to surround yourself with positive people. Imagine you are lost in the barren desert of negative emotions. Positive people are like lush oases, bringing you cool water and energy to continue your journey. They can be family, friends, lovers, colleagues, or even new acquaintances on social media. The important thing is that they make you feel comfortable, happy, and supported. Share with them your joys, sorrows, successes, and failures. Let them energize you with sincere advice, warm hugs, and strong faith. And don't forget, you can be an oasis for others too. Spread positive energy by always being optimistic, loving life, and willing to help others. Because giving is also a way to receive, and it makes your life more meaningful. Number 10. Remember, it's not about you. Surrounding yourself with positive people, you have created a solid protective barrier for your soul. Now is the time for you to upgrade your immune system to be immune to the negative virus from toxic people. And the vaccine is to separate yourself from their negativity. Remember, their ugly behavior is not your fault. It reflects the wounds, insecurities, and conflicts within them. Like a hedgehog bristling when threatened, they attack others to hide their own weaknesses. So don't take those poison arrows. Separate yourself from their negative vortex like a lotus leaf not stained by mud. Observe them with an understanding eye, but don't let them drag you into the quagmire of negative emotions. Be free and peaceful in your own garden, where you are a talented gardener, knowing how to cultivate happy flowers and eliminate toxic weeds. Number 11. Knowing when to walk away. By separating yourself from the negativity of others, you've upgraded your soul's immune system. But sometimes that vaccine isn't enough to fight off the terminal illness of toxic relationships. And at this point, surgery is the only solution. In other words, it's time to know when to walk away. Leaving a relationship is never easy, especially when you've already given your heart. But remember, you deserve a healthy love, a relationship that nurtures you, not one that drains your energy and hurts you. If the relationship is seriously damaging your mental health, making you constantly feel tired, anxious, and disappointed, that's a warning sign that you need to leave. Don't stubbornly cling to a soulless body. Don't sacrifice yourself for someone who doesn't appreciate you. Be brave enough to put an end to that relationship, no matter how painful it may be. Imagine you are a bird trapped in a cage, longing for the freedom to fly. Leaving is how you open the cage door, return to the vast sky, and seek your own happiness. Letting go doesn't mean failure. It's a courageous choice, a way to love and protect yourself. And when you free yourself, you open a new chapter in your life. A chapter full of joy, happiness, and healthy relationships. Number 12. Forgiving yourself. By leaving toxic relationships, you have bravely cut away the tumor that haunts your soul. But the wound is still there, and to fully recover, you need the medicine of forgiveness. Forgiving yourself, letting go of the burden of emotions, anger, and resentment. That's the key to finding inner peace. Don't torture yourself for past mistakes. Don't dwell on pain and hatred. Let go of those burdens like a kite cutting its tether, freely soaring in the blue sky. Embrace the scars in your heart, like badges of honor of a warrior. They are proof of your courage and strength, a guide leading you to happiness. Forgiving yourself is the greatest gift you can give yourself. It helps you break free from the chains of the past, rediscovering freedom and peace in your soul. And when you are at peace with yourself, you will be ready to open your heart to new relationships, new loves full of promise. Number 13, choose happiness. By forgiving yourself, you have untied your soul from the chains of the past. Now is the time to soar to find your own happy sky. And the wings are the choice of happiness by prioritizing yourself and creating space for healthy relationships. Remember, you deserve joy, peace, and love. Don't sacrifice yourself for those who don't appreciate you. Don't get stuck in toxic relationships. Put yourself first, listen to the desires of your heart, pursue your passions, and cultivate your soul garden. When you are happy, you will shine and attract other lights. Open your heart to worthy guests, those who bring you joy, support, and sincere love. Build healthy relationships where you can be yourself, be respected and loved. And when you have spread your wings in the happy sky, you will look back at that toxic land with a peaceful smile. Because you have found yourself, found joy, and found true love.